Hey guys, today was good. Today was actually somewhat long, but it was nice. Forewarning before I get any further in this video, my cat is here. Yes, she is kneading my teddy bear. Sophie, say hi to the people. She's weird. She's very fat, too. I weighed her yesterday and she was 15.6 pounds. Hi, honey. This is why I said forewarning. I love my cat. I really do. She's just right there, you know. Yes, honey. I know you love me. She has her. Yeah. Um. Anyway, back to after the minute of my cat. Today was good. It was kind of long, but it was nice. And we were supposed to have a host meeting this morning. But because like the five main host members, like the council members, so to speak, they've been so busy in the past couple weeks setting up stuff for Pennies for Patients and getting everything ready, getting the days sorted, like the themes of each day. Like our overall theme is Harry Potter, but for every day we had a different theme that fit under that. Like we had one where it was Moaning Myrtle Monday. You're so fat. I love my cat, but she is so big. Oh my gosh. Anyway, um, the okay, I know this is an interrupter. It's funny to watch her run because you can watch her fat jiggles. It's pretty funny, but she's a tabby cat, so which I know is technically just the coloration of the fur and not a breed, but at the same time, it's pretty funny. Anyway, they've been setting up stuff for Pennies for Patients, and they've just been exhausted. Most of them, including Miss Miller, have been staying up probably till about 2 in the morning, and Miss Miller gets up at like 4 a.m., so, like, she's been stressing this week and last week, and we have 2 more weeks of this, so, yeah. Um, then second period, we had second graders here, so they were back in the health science lab, doing stuff with germs. They put the stuff on their hand, and then Miss Gardner had a black light and was holding it over them so they could see their germs. And I put that in quotations because I remember doing that when I was little, and you would go wash your hands like crazy. You would put the stuff on, look at it, go wash your hands like crazy, and then look at them again, and it was weird because mine would always have like way more on it after I washed my hands with soap and water for like a solid 5 minutes than it did when I wasn't beforehand. So, yeah, I thought it was crap just because they're like synthetic germs, so to speak. Like they'll only show up under that with yeah. Anyway, um, third period we were doing a pretest. Fourth period we were launching rockets. We got to go outside into the soccer practice field, and we were launching rockets. The longest time overall was like 4.5 something seconds, and the shortest was 1.9 something seconds. So, yeah, there was a big range. There were 6 groups. Each group got to shoot off 2 times. It took about an hour to do all of that. Just because there were some of them where it would not shoot the first time, so they just had to keep redoing it again and again and again until it shot off. But, yeah. Anyway, then fifth period, what were we doing? What were we doing fifth period? Oh, we were working on our PowerPoint because we have to do like this big presentation about like jobs we want to do. So we have to do like this 12 to 20-minute PowerPoint on it. We have to do a big speech. It's not due until like the end of April, but at the same time it has to be like 30 something slides, I think. So, you know. Yeah, and we're only allowed to have 5 citations. Like, I went in the library earlier and they printed off like 10 pages from a medical journal for me. Or didn't print it off. They copied it from a book. So then I don't have to check out like this 4-inch wide book. I can take this little thing of paper around. Because it had all the information I needed, and it was like a big medical reference thing, technically. It had 3 volumes, and it had between all 3 probably, it must have had like 500 different medical jobs. It was a lot. But, yeah. Anyway, so I did that fifth period, and she went on to say, like, how you can cite in your PowerPoint without having to use the URL in every single citation. I mean, obviously on your works cited page, yes, you need all that. However, when you're citing in your presentation, like where you got that information, you need to just put the title of the article or the name of the author in parentheses, and if it's a title, you put it in quotations as well. If it's an author, you don't. You only have to use the last name. So yeah. Anyway, then we did not have track after school, but during school we did have to go listen to a speaker. It was about drunk driving, and his name was Blake McMean, and what had happened is years and years and years and years and years and years and years ago, he had gotten really depressed and really, funky in the head, so to speak, because his dad had passed away, and at the time, he was one of the top 10 tennis players in the US, and his dad got it, so he could be like that. They practiced every day. They went out and did stuff. His dad's, taught him how to play, but when his dad passed away from a sudden heart attack, he, felt lost, pretty much, so he started drinking, and he was 16 at the time, and then he got behind the wheel of the car after being at the pub for... Yeah?
Would you turn that down a little?
Yes, that's me. Whatever. Don't mind that. Anyway, he, got behind the wheel after being at the pub and being completely drunk, and he drove and hit a tree and then rolled 3 times. He didn't have a passenger with him, however, he was buckled in, but he had a TBI, and he hit his, frontal lobe, his, right here, and, he was in a coma for 4 months, and I'm quoting him. I swear to God, I'm not making this up. You can go to, I think it's blakemcmeans.com. I'll have to look it up, but, and it has his story and stuff, but, then, when he came out of it, he couldn't do much of anything. He had to relearn how to do everything, how to eat, how to get dressed, how to, get around, and he's still in a wheelchair, and it's been God knows how long. He looked like he was in his 50s or so, and this happened when he was 16, so, yeah, he said it took 7 years for him to learn how to stand up, not even walk, just literally stand up, It took, I think he said, 5 years to learn another 5 years after that to learn how to take a step. It took a couple years for him to learn how to learn how to eat. It took a long time for him to learn how to just do all of this stuff. Like, it's taken years, and he's still in the process of doing it. But he can get around and function well enough to be able to do stuff on his own for the most part. But, yeah. Anyway, then I came home after school, and yeah, I took Gigi up to the store earlier, and we just got some stuff. We got stuff for dinner, as well as a couple other things. Like, she wanted to get some nuts, and yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much what I've done today. That is the stuff that I've had to do today. But yeah, pretty much with that speech that he gave was like, don't drink and drive. Just don't do it. Like, he did it, and it affected his life horrifically. He got into one of the worst accidents you can imagine. He was comatose. He had to relearn everything. And even now, like, he's still in a wheelchair. He can stand up and walk, but he can't do it really well. His speech is really slurred. His words kind of run together. But it was amazing, what he can do. Anyway, yeah. I guess I will just talk to you guys later. See ya.